Last night I saw a video titled "Why Corpse Abandoned His Audience." It's right here actually, by Spam P. It was posted 6 days ago. I had no clue. I thought it was posted like a couple months ago, like this video. But I see that he made this video first. But that's not why we're here. I saw that video and I was like, what the fuck? He's gone? This entire time I thought he was still making videos. I don't watch him, but I thought he was still making videos. And then when I watched the video, bro, it was the craziest shit. I had no clue people hated this nigga, bro. I thought people loved Corpse. I thought people loved Corpse. I had no clue people hated Corpse so much. Because there's a video titled 8 minutes of Corpse husband being a national treasure. And I was like, okay, niggas fuck with this nigga a lot. But then come to find out, this video was made and people hated this nigga. That shit was actually insane. But enough monologue. We about to get into this video. Shout out Imposter. I'll leave a shout out in the description box. Link to the video in the description box below. Other than that, let's see what he's talking about. Because in this video, he said a lot of stuff. He said a lot of stuff about his mental health. The fact that he had... I already knew that he had gored, a mental condition that was fucking up his vocal cords because his stomach acids were, hitting it and shit. I knew about that, but I didn't know that this nigga had other conditions. Bro, it's crazy. This guy might talk about the same shit, but I'm wondering if he has different inputs on the whole situation though. But we about to get into it right now. Shout out Spam C for that last video as well though.
Has one of the biggest and most loyal fan bases on the internet, achieving everything he could have ever dreamed of. Yet in his very unique situation, the negatives seem to greatly outweigh the positives. Constant thoughts of self-harm and being repulsed by what you see every time you look in the mirror, knowing that everyone out there expects you to look a certain way, knowing damn...
Yeah, it was crazy. Because I'm pretty sure y'all know by now, but they showed his face when he was a kid. That shit was... People... I'm not even gonna talk about it because he's gonna talk about it. Let's see.
Never live up to their expectations regardless of what you look like. With so many constantly questioning his identity, forcing him into an almost permanent hibernation, isolating himself from his friends and family, it makes you wonder if he...
My question the entire time was, how old is he? Because he I think a while ago when I watched a couple of videos, it said that he had this condition when he was, his whole life. Well, the gore condition. So I was wondering how old he was. Like, what if he's fucking 18? But I don't believe he's 18. But what if he was the entire time and nobody knew because his voice? But that's been my entire question the entire time.
Been better off revealing his face at the very beginning of his YouTube career. It's no secret that when you think of Corpse Husband, you automatically get this sort of dark and mysterious image in your mind. Which can be said for any faceless YouTuber or internet personalities, but there was always something different about Corpse. You could almost hear the pain behind that low, booming voice. Yet, at times, Corpse appeared to be the most...
And because I thought people liked him in his voice, because when he would play with streamers, he would speak, niggas would lose their fucking mind. Niggas will lose their mind and said he has a great voice. They love his voice and shit. But I mean, come to find out, his fans, the people who watch him, don't even like his voice. It's crazy.
Joyful person there is.
Corpse shit is crazy.
Starting YouTube in 2015, Corpse would put his unique, low-resonating voice to good use, telling horror stories. Having the perfect tone for such narrations, Corpse quickly rose to become one of the biggest channels in this space. Originally making the decision to not show his face in any of his videos to add to the mystery of the stories he was telling. This led to Corpse living a double life, as none of his real-life friends knew what he actually did for a living.
For those of you that don't know, I live alone completely. I don't really have any family that I talk to or friends in the area, and living the double life thing makes things complicated, so I didn't really have anyone here.
Corpse carried on living this double life for 5 years, which took a drastic toll on his personal and social life. As his channel grew, so did his anxiety. He became more and more nervous to be in public for fear of being recognized, to the point where he just wouldn't leave his home anymore.
I mean, getting what his voice is, his shit will get caught immediately if he started talking to somebody. Like, immediately.
Wanting to live a free life without fear of being recognized, Corpse wishes he could just show his face and get it all over with. But knowing that after all this time, there's no way that anyone could live up to the expectation of what was in all the fans' minds. He was essentially stuck in purgatory, confined to his small apartment.
Does any part of you fear that you won't hold up to the expectations of what people would hope that you would look like?
Of course, I don't think I could. I don't think anyone could at this point.
There's been
live up.
years of build-up.
On top of everything, Corpse began to experience some serious health issues. The first being an unexplained eyesight issue, rendering him unable to read.
That shit is crazy. I had no clue he had this condition. I had no clue he had the other condition that he might talk about. Unless it's the condition. Unless it's this condition. Unless this is the condition that he's talking about.
Which, as a result, prevented him from making new videos.
But then the problem started getting worse. And it started with my eyesight. I wasn't able to read stories because my eyesight was going.
Not leaving the house for months, losing thousands of dollars, Corpse knew he had to somehow start making videos again. In 2020, one of Corpse's YouTuber friends, boy in a band, casually asked him if he wanted to play Among Us with PewDiePie.
Sorry, I just wanted to put my hand in the frame.
Corpse, of course, said yes, completely unaware of what was about to unfold.
It's PewDiePie. Shit.
Hey, I've got Corpse, I'll let him in.
Yes. Prepare for balls to drop. We're not playing yet. Hey, man.
Hey.
Welcome to the party.
Right now. Everybody,
Thanks,
this is Corpse.
Both streamers and viewers instantly became fascinated by his unique low voice.
I feel like your voice is touching me. Is that a weird thing to say?
Yes, Pokey, that is a weird thing to
Oh,
say.
sorry.
Oh,
I feel like your voice is hitting a part of my
Pokey,
ear that's never been
I'll
hit
answer
before.
that.
Corpse began to stream.
Man, these are some of the top streamers and YouTubers that he's playing with for real. PewDiePie being one, Moist Critical being another, Valkyrie and Pokimane being two others, that's Ludwig being another. These are all big names in the YouTube streaming world, bro.
Some of the biggest streamers in the world being invited
And
to the
whoever
biggest...
his friend is, that nigga has success too in YouTube, because I had no clue that he knew these people.
Among Us lobbies featuring Pokimane, Valkyrie, XQC, Ninja, and more.
Crazy.
It was practically overnight that Corpse went from being just a scary story YouTuber to one of the biggest personalities on the internet. But along with all this extra attention came more and more problems for Corpse. With pretty much everyone on the internet knowing what he sounds like, he would become terrified to speak anywhere in public with such a recognizable voice.
Since I've grown so much, I feel like everyone's staring at me every time I leave my house, so it's gotten scary. I avoid talking at all costs anywhere in public.
His popularity grew
Shit is
exponentially
crazy.
compared to his previous 5 years on YouTube.
That shit is crazy. How do you just make a jump like that, bro? And that's in a month. That's in a fucking month. This isn't about his subscriber count, but fuck.
Like everyone's staring
he
at me
was
every time I
steadily
leave my
growing,
house, so
look.
it's gotten scary. I avoid talking at all costs anywhere in public.
His
Like, he was
popularity
steadily glowing by 10, 20, 13, maybe 15. And then as soon as he
exponentially
hit
compared
this
to his previous...
one point, he jumps up to a whole mil,
Years
bro. 2 mil?
Most
And it
times
drops
streaming
because
to
he's still
hundreds
making a whole lot.
thousands of people while playing Among Us. But what most people don't know is how much Corpse was still struggling during these times, but was able to pull together just enough for the stream. Around the same time, Corpse released his most popular song, E-Girls Are Ruining My Life, which now has over 100 million plays on Spotify.
That's crazy.
Corpse had always made music even well before YouTube. His most vulnerable song, Agoraphobic, expressing some of the pain that he's been going through.
I can't do shit right, I can't learn my lesson. I can't do shit right, take any depressants. Illness and welfare robbed my adolescence. My friends probably hate me, can't answer a message.
Much like before his recent massive blow-up, Corpse still
It's pretty
expresses
good.
how much easier life would be if he could just reveal his face and be free to be himself all the time. But with the amount of eyeballs he has on him now...
But he's not even going on about the people about people who hate him, and the fact that he can't show his face because people hate him and criticize him, and then if they see his face and he's ugly, he's gonna get extra so much hate. Sham P talked about it, and I'm sad that I didn't get to react to it with y'all because he talked about a lot more.
The pressure was overwhelming. He knew that he couldn't handle being judged by millions of people all at once. There was a barrage of fake Corpse face reveals being spread all over the internet, and if it wasn't what the people wanted him to look like, they would bash these poor people for simply looking normal.
They're taking the pictures from real life people. I don't know if they end up seeing it, and then because people think it's me, they just shit all over it, even though they're normal looking people. So that's what normal looking people get for people that think it's me. Then I can't imagine if it was actually me.
Along with all this new fame comes a whole swarm of new haters. And with Corpse being a faceless YouTuber, people seem to disassociate the fact that he's still a real person. And simply to prove a point, Corpse made a tweet of just him breathing to prove that people will hate on anything he does. And hate they did.
I did a tweet.
Okay, never mind. He's actually talking about I should shut the hell up. Shut the fuck up.
Just to prove a point, I did a voice memo and I just breathed. People will get mad at anything that's popular. I guarantee you I'm gonna get so much shit for literally breathing. They'd be like, oh my god, you guys are so obsessed with him, like, look at it, he's just breathing, and then like, or he's trying to breathe super sexually, or like, it's literally just breathing, but people want to spin it to be that.
Despite being at the very peak of his YouTube career, Corpse still needed to take breaks from streaming. His health conditions were showing no signs of improvement, and literally rendering him physically unable to stream. While being one of, if not the biggest thing on the internet, Corpse still suffers from imposter syndrome, not understanding why all these people love him and continue to watch him. His biggest fear was that one day it would all stop and nobody would care about him anymore. But with almost 8...
Hold on, did that just say 1.9 mil on Twitter?
Biggest fear was that one day it would all stop and nobody would care about him.
Oh, that's Instagram. Holy fuck. I'd imagine that this nigga only had like 3K, if not, I would say 20 because of his videos. But I don't believe that he was advertising his Instagram and shit.
Continued to watch him. His biggest fear was that one day it would all stop and nobody would care about him anymore. But with almost 8 million YouTube subscribers, a hit song with his idol MGK, and most recently voice acting on a popular anime,
he had a song with Machine Gun Kelly? I know. Oh, no, this nigga was going retarded. I mean, ridiculous. Because I saw also on his other channel that he had his song with Scarlord. And he's a pretty big I think I don't even know if he's that big now, but I had no clue he had a freaking song with Machine Gun Kelly. Then on top of that, this nigga's a voice actor in an anime.
Voice acting on a popular anime.
What the fuck?
It's very apparent that Corpse isn't fading away. Corpse has since stopped streaming and posts a YouTube video every few months. It's hard to say if this is because of his health conditions or just tired of having to put on a fake smile every time. He can still be found playing games with some of his other streamer friends from time to time, mostly focusing on his music and acting career these days. But still, the biggest question remains, would Corpse's life still remain a living hell had he just showed his face all those years ago? Or is he forever trapped within this double life?
Nah, bro, Corpse's shit is ridiculous. Why is that the fucking same? And let me guess, this motherfucker made $1 million on this and made $1 million on that. I'm pissed. But that is crazy. Corpse shit is actually insane. This one went into so much more detail because it's 3 minutes longer, but damn. I want to read the comments, but I don't think I will. So many people present, of course, because they relate to him and how he openly expresses his anxieties and insecurities and not having a face of it to his personality. He really does. Like, it can be anyone. Facts. But, yeah, all these comments saying I thought he was cool. I thought he was cool. Like, what? This almost makes me scared to do faceless shit. Like, what? I thought he was cool. I thought people liked this nigga, but the amount of people who actually hate him probably, I don't know. I think those people overwhelm the people that actually liked him. I don't know, man. And then they're also, I'm gonna have to do that one too. Y'all saw it. Don't worry, I'll do that one too. But that's it. I hope y'all enjoy. Leave a like. No, I'm gonna fly. I keep fucking my shit up. I hope y'all leave a like. Comment on what y'all want to see next. Subscribe. Hit the button. Don't forget to turn on post notices. Hope y'all enjoyed this video because that's all I got for y'all today.